10 years after 2.5 Men, he has a normal job. Child performers in Hollywood have a history of getting into trouble later in adulthood. Angus T. Jones, like Miley Cyrus and Macaulay Culkin, seems to have succumbed to the scourge of Hollywood kid celebrities. Since he was 10 years old, Angus has played the sharp-tongued 10-year-old Jake Harper on the CBS comedy 2.5 Men. However, Angus's life has not always been smooth, and he quit the show after years of being miserable. Let's find out what happened to him years later. Days before fame. Angus T. Jones, like most child stars, had a rather ordinary childhood prior to his time in the spotlight. He was born in Austin, Texas in 1993 and grew up there with his family. When the family relocated to Los Angeles, California, things changed dramatically, as the 4-year-old was forced into a whole new world that no one could have predicted would lead to the level of notoriety and exposure he would get. A reluctant push to act. Angus wasn't very interested in being an actor as a youngster, but his mother recognized a spark in him that she didn't want to see go to waste. He was dragged along to many fruitless auditions before being cast in an internet advertisement. Following the commercial, he was cast in a minor role in Simpatico, a 1999 psychological criminal heist drama starring Jeff Bridges and Sharon Stone. Angus's breakout role. After 2 years, Angus was finally able to acquire a part that would permanently cement his place in the worldwide limelight. He was one of the major characters in the 2001 Canadian-American comedy See Spot Run, starring David Arquette. Spot, a supposedly wandering bull mastiff, turns out to be an FBI dog engaged in a witness protection program who's being pursued by a criminal lord. Angus meets Chuck. Chuck Laurie, the writer and producer, was and still is one of Hollywood's greatest. Among other successful TV programs, he's responsible for Grace Under Fire, Sybil, Dharma and Greg, and The Big Bang Theory. Following the success of Dharma and Greg, he was looking for someone to star in his next program, 2.5 Men. He brought Angus over for an audition after watching him in The Rookie. Angus was completely unconcerned. If you've ever seen the program, you'll know that the comedy often crossed lines that should be left alone. Angus was young and didn't want to be exposed to that atmosphere just yet, so he had no clue what was going on during the show's run. His sequences were filmed separately from the rest of the show's more racy, shall we say, material, allowing Angus to grow up relatively innocent and undamaged. A Philanthropist is made. Jones was inundated with offers to promote numerous products as the program rose in popularity. He declined the majority of these offers and instead chose to be a philanthropist, dedicating a significant percentage of his time and money to neglected and mistreated children. Maintaining a normal life. Being a kid celebrity is undeniably difficult. Having a private life is one of the most challenging things about becoming a Hollywood celebrity. Everyone knows who you are, and money and celebrity often perplex both adults and youngsters, not to mention his rigorous, grown-up shooting schedule. Despite all the expectations placed on him, Angus found time to play video games and hang out with friends, just like other kids his age. More money to spend. Given the show's success, it's no wonder that Angus was paid generously. In fact, he signed an $8 million contract at the age 17. In 2010, at $300,000 per episode, he set the record for the highest-paid child actor of all time, surpassing Macaulay Culkin and the Olsen twins. It must be lovely to have that much money at such a young age, and it must be incredibly comforting to know that your financial future is stable, no matter what you end up doing. Trouble behind the scenes. Even though the program was a huge hit, things weren't always going so well behind the scenes. Even before the great controversy involving Charlie Sheen in 2011, he had been a source of contention. He was arrested many times and was in treatment to recover from addiction. Chuck was anxious about the show's future, and both Angus and his parents were concerned about him spending time with someone like that. Changes in production. Angus elected to remain when Sheen's character was written off the program, although his character altered considerably. After playing an adorable youngster for a few seasons, he was cast as a damaged young adult who associated with the wrong crowd and had many amorous relationships. Jake with older women. As the program progressed and Jake matured into a young adult, the show had to develop with him. On screen, he was engaged with older women, and many viewers believed the program had taken a bad turn. Others thought it was just depicting reality. The Angus-Smiley Connection. Miley Cyrus appeared as Missy on the program and expressed amazement at how little Jones had grown. She expressed her admiration for his dazzling appearance and manners after having an onstage kiss. Angus was living the dream of every teenager. He was wealthy, famous, and being paid to rub shoulders with superstars and kiss some of the world's most gorgeous women. He seemed to have made the correct decision. Could things get much better? Not mature enough for the role. As the sitcom entered its 9th season and Angus reached the age of 18, he graduated from high school and joined the Army. Angus believed he wasn't mature enough to cope with his character's depiction when he wore a uniform. Playing a soldier was a huge responsibility, and Angus thought he wasn't ready for it as an actor yet. Finding a new life. Jones said in 2012 that he had discovered God and would no longer be a member of the program. He got baptized and chose to withdraw from the program entirely since he thought it didn't accord with his views. After spending the majority of his life on the program, separating himself from it in such a drastic manner must have seemed like a radical step, not to mention the financial hit quitting the show would have had. Life after the show. The show's creators were in a pickle since Charlie Sheen, the show's primary character, had already been replaced. 2 of their original core 3 had left, one due to a very debauched lifestyle and the other due to becoming devout. It would have been amusing if millions of dollars weren't on the line. However, since Jones was still under contract, he was expected to stay on set until the program concluded. Amber Tamblyn eventually took his position. The official end. Angus's contract with 2.5 Men expired in 2014, and the once famous actor was formally fired from the program. Despite his harsh statements about the program being filth, it seemed that he had reconciled with the producers, and he even went on to make multiple guest appearances in the show's next season, including a quick cameo in the show's last episode, which aired in 2015. A return to the limelight. Angus was at a crossroads again. Having taken on a new job and found himself back where he began, he was pondering returning to the field of acting after returning for a last appearance on the program. But was the road his parents had selected for him long ago before he could read or write the correct one? Or were they just nostalgic feelings? Who could say? Back to showbiz. Despite his desire to complete college and live a regular life, Jones abandoned his studies in favor of his new profession. In 2014, he co-founded Tonight, a multimedia and event production firm with Justin Combs, son of hip-hop tycoon Sean P. Diddy Combs, aka Puff Daddy. This implies that Jones is still in a good position in cinema, entertainment, and music, even if he isn't actively participating as an actor in any particular work. Angus and Chelsea. Angus, although no longer a big actor, nonetheless makes news from time to time. For example, when he was spotted in public with Chelsea Clinton, he made headlines. He isn't very political, but this might be a watershed moment. Could Angus be aiming for a more prominent position in politics? He's clearly an idealistic person, so it's not altogether shocking. Standing up for the kids. Angus is also well known for his involvement in a number of charitable causes. The First Star organization, which advocates for mistreated and neglected children, is the most renowned of them. Other celebrities that have supported the group include Val Kilmer, Dakota Fanning, and Cuba Gooding Jr. Angus has been a staunch supporter of our cause since she was a child, and his tenacity is amazing. What's next? So where does Angus T. Jones go from here? For the time being, Angus is enjoying a free life under his own rules. He misses the limelight, but doesn't want to return to the world of performing too soon. Whatever he decides to do, we're certain it'll be intelligent, responsible, and important. And we can't wait to watch how this gifted young man spends the next chapter of his life.